Mate, I've got to be honest with you. I'm absolutely bricking it about what I've just discovered. 3 hours ago, I was having a normal Thursday evening, and then I opened up the latest weather data. What I saw made me literally stop what I was doing and start making emergency preparations for next week. If you live in Britain and you don't watch anything else this week, you need to watch this. Because in 7 days' time, this country is going to look and feel like a completely different place. Tell me where you are in the comments and I'll give you the brutal truth about what's heading your way. Now look, I know everyone's sick of hearing about extreme weather warnings that turn out to be a bit of drizzle. But this is the real deal. And I'm genuinely worried that people aren't going to be ready for it. Let me paint you a picture of what next Thursday morning might look like. You wake up at 7 a.m., stumble to the window, and the world outside doesn't look like Britain anymore. It looks like Siberia. Everything's covered in a thick, hard frost that won't budge. Your car? Forget about it. The doors are frozen shut, the windscreen's like a skating rink. You turn the heating up full blast, but the house just won't get warm because the cold outside is too intense. This isn't science fiction. This is what the most sophisticated computer models on Earth are showing us right now. And the scary part? It's not coming from some distant weather system we can track for weeks. It's building right next door in Scandinavia, and it's building fast. This massive, high-pressure system is like nothing I've seen in my career. The pressure readings are absolutely mental, numbers that would make seasoned meteorologists do a double take. And here's the thing that's really got me rattled. This isn't just going to be cold. This is going to be the kind of cold that changes everything about how we live our daily lives. Right, let's get specific, because I know you want to know how this affects you personally. If you're watching this from anywhere along the East Coast, that's you, Norfolk, Lincolnshire, Yorkshire, Newcastle, listen up. You're about to become the front line of this weather invasion, and it's not going to be gentle. That North Sea? It's going to turn into a superhighway for Siberian air masses. Nothing to slow them down, nothing to warm them up, just pure, brutal continental cold heading straight for you. London, I need to have a word with you specifically. You've got used to being a bit warmer than everywhere else because of all that concrete and tarmac. But when this continental air gets into the city, all those tall buildings are going to turn into wind tunnels. Walking down Oxford Street could feel like walking through a freezer. The tube platforms? They're going to be absolutely savage because the air underground will be warmer than outside. Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds. You're caught in the middle of what's basically going to be a weather war. Atlantic air fighting to keep you mild. Continental air trying to freeze you solid. The scary thing is, nobody knows which one's going to win in your area. You could wake up on Thursday to find yourselves in the middle of the most dramatic temperature drop you've ever experienced. Scotland. Mate, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. Edinburgh, Glasgow, Aberdeen. You're going to get absolutely mullered by this thing. That continental air is going to pour across the North Sea and slam into Scotland like a freight train. We could be talking about temperatures that break records, and not in a good way. Now here's what's really messing with my head about this whole situation. The European computer model, the American model, the British model, they're all singing from the same hymn sheet. When forecasting systems that usually disagree about everything suddenly start agreeing, that's when you know it's serious. They're all showing the same thing, a sustained period of continental dominance that could last for weeks. This isn't a quick cold snap. This is a fundamental shift in our weather pattern. Alright, enough of the scary stuff. Let's talk about what you actually need to do. This weekend is crucial because once this thing kicks in on Thursday, it's too late to prepare properly. Your car first. And I can't stress this enough, check your antifreeze levels right now. If your coolant isn't up to scratch, your engine could freeze solid and you'll be looking at a massive repair bill. Your heating system. If it's been making funny noises or not heating properly, get it looked at this weekend. When this cold hits, your boiler's going to be working harder than it has all winter. Water pipes. This is where a lot of people get caught out. Any pipes in unheated areas need insulating now, because burst pipes in this kind of cold are a nightmare. Food shopping. Get stuff that doesn't need much cooking because power outages become more likely in extreme cold. Medication. If you or anyone in your family takes regular medication, make sure you've got extra supplies. Emergency kit. Extra blankets, torch, battery radio, the works. And here's something that's going to sound mental, but hear me out. Cancel any non-essential travel for Thursday and Friday if you can. Transport networks are going to be absolutely hammered when this hits. Trains will be delayed or cancelled, roads will be dangerous, flights will be grounded. If you don't absolutely have to be somewhere, stay home and stay warm. Now let me tell you something that's going to proper wind you up. While Britain's about to turn into an icebox, most of Western Europe is going to be lovely and mild. France, Spain, even Germany. They'll be having nice January weather while we're freezing our socks off. It's like someone's drawn a line across the continent, with warmth on one side and Arctic conditions on the other. The meteorological contrast is so extreme, it's creating its own weather phenomena. Smash that like button if you think your mates need to see this, because I guarantee most people are clueless. The big weather services will probably start talking about this properly by Monday, but by then it's almost too late. Here's something that's going to blow your mind. This weather pattern is so powerful, it's actually visible from space. Satellite imagery shows this enormous dome of high pressure building like a mountain in the atmosphere. It's forcing the jet stream to bend around it like a river flowing around a massive rock. And once this new pattern locks in place, it becomes self-sustaining. The colder it gets, the stronger the high pressure becomes, which makes it even colder. It's a feedback loop that could keep us in these conditions for the rest of winter. Energy companies are already quietly preparing for massive demand spikes. Transport authorities are dusting off their emergency plans. Emergency services are checking their cold weather protocols. They all know what's coming because they've got access to the same data I'm looking at. Share this with everyone you know in Britain right now. They need this information. Tomorrow I'm releasing part 2, where I'll give you the exact hour-by-hour breakdown for every major city. When the cold hits London, when it reaches Manchester, when Scotland gets the full blast. Plus, I've discovered something in the data that could make this situation even more extreme. Something that no other forecaster has picked up on yet, and it's genuinely concerning. Subscribe and hit that notification bell because part 2 drops tomorrow morning and you don't want to miss it. Comment below with your location and your biggest concern. Heating costs, transport, whatever's worrying you. I read every single comment and I'll give you specific advice for your area. This is the kind of weather that gets remembered for decades. The question is, will you be ready for it? Get prepared, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow with the complete picture of what's coming. Trust me, what I reveal in part 2 is going to change how you think about British weather forever.